What if we just started with that basic assumption that whatever is showing up in your life is here to teach you a lesson? But yeah, man, what's the first lesson that you want to share that you've learned from investing in yourself? Tell us a little bit more.
So in no particular order, I would say the first one that really resonated with me is why are certain things in my life? So we've had many of these conversations of why am I with Vector Marketing? Like why is Vector and Cutco in my life? Why did I marry my wife, Lindsay? What is she here to teach me? What is Vector here to teach me? What are certain staff members here to teach me? What are the gifts that I've got from, everything from my mom dying when I was 20 to, overcoming any type of obstacles in the past. So I was already on a journey of understanding and revealing the gifts and things that happen in life. But you helped me take it just a step further of not just finding the gift, but also the purpose behind it. Like, what is it here to teach me? And I think the big revelation specifically was with my wife of Lindsay. I told her this yesterday, and I said, what is Lindsay here to teach me? Why her? It was really interesting conversations that you and I had, but it was one of the most impactful ones because once I revealed that, then I was able to say, holy shit, like, okay, I could be way more intentional with my relationship if I know that that's what she's here to teach me. So that was a really big, valuable lesson. And of course we could go into what those lessons are, but that could probably be a whole episode in itself, but that was one big one.
And the frame there for anyone who's listening is just an assumption that whatever is showing up in your life is here to teach you a lesson. What if we just started with that basic assumption? Okay, you get in your car, you're in a traffic jam. What is this traffic jam here to teach me? You're having a conversation with a potential client, or you're having a conversation with a potential person to join the team, and it's frustrating. Okay, what is this client or this potential person to join the team here to teach me? And just always having this frame, if there's something in my life, maybe it's a habit or something that you struggle with, where you can't seem to wake up on time, or you're always inconsistent, or, you struggle with, your exercise habits or your diet habits. It's like all of these things are here to teach you something. And so just starting with that basic assumption that no matter what it is that's in your life, it's here to teach you something, that obviously starts to frame things not as problems, but as opportunities. It starts to switch that framing and that lens that we're looking at things with, so we can start to think, okay, when I assume that whatever is showing up in my life is here to teach me something, well, then I'm going to start learning stuff instead of just accepting my fate in reality. And that's not what anybody who's in the personal growth space would ever tell you to do. We aren't here to just accept whatever comes into our lives and to be kind of at effect of our environment. Instead, we're going to be the cause of the environment. We're going to step out and actually impact it. We're going to influence it. We're going to make it better. We're going to make our lives better through choices, right? We're going to make intentional choices. Mike, anything come up for you on that as we're just pitching and catching here?
Yeah. It just by asking the question, what is this here to teach me? We've had, like I said, many conversations about that. Specifically, like you said, it could be something as small as the traffic jam. I know one of our topics that I've talked about with you is patience many times over of like, man, these kids just bother me sometimes. Like, like I'm working with these college kids. I'm like, they just bother me. It's like, great. Well, what are they here to teach you? And I'm like, how to not be bothered, but it came down to patience and how important it is for me to understand that and own that and honor that from these individuals in my life. And then, I like what you just said about the intentionality of learning. Like it's a choice. It does take intentionality to learn and to choose to learn, because sometimes we don't want to. We want to just take things for this is how it is, or this is what it's going to be, or you can look at what's happening on media and social media right now as a perfect example that it's like this is this is how it's going to be, you know, and this is how it is. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not even close. It's more of like, what is this here to teach you? What is this here to show you? What are you getting exposed to, by seeing this? Like sometimes I'll get trapped in the vortex of like seeing what's on social media or media, not necessarily to get influence, but just from a curiosity standpoint of like, what is actually influencing the public space right now, just so I could try to like immerse myself and see if I can get influence. And sometimes I could get triggered, but I could be aware of it because I'm coming from a lens of what is this teaching me versus is this real? Oh my goodness. If that's really happening, I need to go buy a lot of toilet paper. My goodness, that's what everyone else is doing. I guess that's what I'm supposed to go to too. Where even though I had a lot of toilet paper already, I didn't know I needed more.
There you go.
As one simple example. But
right, totally. Yeah, man, I love it. I think what you're bringing up there is really important, and it's okay to have your ear to the ground, more so than ever, amidst coronavirus, 2020 election, all this crazy stuff. As somebody who's doing their civic duty and wants to be involved, I think it is important to have your ear to the ground. And also it's important to not get sucked into it, right? And not be sucked into the story. We want to be able to have some sort of gap between, being triggered and then responding or reacting. That in and of itself is probably a whole nother lesson.